hear people talking a lot about sin in the church. We talk about avoiding sin, we talk about staying away from sin, we talk about all this other stuff revolving around sin. And it makes me want to ask a question. If sin is so bad, why do we keep doing it? To get to the answer, we need to go all the way back to the beginning of the Bible, back to the story of the very first sin. It's found in Genesis 3. See, God told Adam and Eve they could eat from any tree in the garden except for the one tree, and if they ate the fruit from that tree, they would die. They could have anything else except for the fruit of that one tree. It might make you think, why couldn't they just stay away from that one tree? Well, the answer is pretty simple if you think about it. Look at Genesis 3:6. When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. Why couldn't she stay away from that one tree? Because sin looks appealing. She saw the fruit on that tree and it looked good. It looked like it would be tasty, and Satan was right there to tell her it was, and that God just didn't want her to have it because if she ate it, she'd be like him. That's still why we sin today. I mean, if sin wasn't tempting, we wouldn't do it. We sin because we think we'll get something out of it. That it might be fun or feel good or get us what we want out of life. And we're always pretty quick to believe that the reason God and the other people who love us don't want us to do these things the Bible tells us are sin is because they are trying to keep us from something that we'll enjoy, something that's good for us, something that will help us. They just don't want us to have any fun, or they're trying to hold us back or whatever. Guys, sin is a trap. It's a monster. It dangles something in front of us that it knows we'll enjoy for a short time because that's what baits us into the trap. But sin doesn't want us to enjoy. Sin wants to destroy. In the garden, Satan didn't want Eve to eat the fruit because it was good for her. Satan wanted Eve to eat the fruit because he wants to hurt her. He wanted to destroy her relationship with God, and even more, to destroy God's kingdom, which comes all the way down to you and me. If you carry it all the way through, Satan wanted Eve to eat the fruit because he wanted to hurt you. He tried to convince her that God wasn't good and was keeping something from her that would be good for her, and it worked. And that's really what we fall to today. There are things in this world that God says we should not do. He calls them sin. Our parents and other people who love us and care about us tell us we should not do them, and we believe the lie that they are only saying that because they want to keep us from something good. We are tempted, and we start to believe that the people who care most for us and the God who loves us completely, even more than anyone else, are not good because they call this thing sin. Sin is a monster whose only goal is our destruction. It started in the Garden of Eden, and we have been fighting that monster ever since. The Bible says in Romans 6:23, the wages of sin is death. Sin kills. Remember that next time you're tempted. Today I have a project to go along with this teaching, and the project is pretty simple. I want you to draw a picture of sin as the monster that it is. Now you can take one of these sheets that I have displayed nearby, and I want you to draw a monster and make it as nasty looking and as evil as you possibly can to remind you that that thing that's tempting you, that thing that looks so good, so appealing, is really just a beast that wants to destroy you.